I guess for now I'm just gonna read up on Chikorita, since that is going to be progress for tomorrow's video. Oh, I should probably put on the background music too. There we go. I'm also going to use my tablet here. I wonder if I can go to that. No. I want to see if I can use this to kind of view my stuff. Comments disabled. Why? I don't remember doing anything like that. So I'm just gonna pause that for now. Under settings, more. No, I still have to troubleshoot some stuff. So this will be fun. Gotta love troubleshooting. I don't know why it says comments are disabled. Unless it's because it's a live short thing. I don't know. This is the first one I've done. We're back out of that. For now, I guess I'm just going to start reading up on Chikorita. For any that come in, I actually still have to do a couple of scripts. I got 3 videos recorded, and it's going to be the Johto starters. So I'm kind of reading up on them. So, Chikorita, the leaf Pokemon. I do also apologize. I'm a little under the weather right now. So, I do apologize for that. Let's see here. I wish I kind of knew how the chat would work. Maybe eventually I'll figure that out. Alrighty. I don't care about that. Biology. Small quadruped Pokemon, pale green body, large head in proportion to the rest of the body. Large eyes, stubby tail, short legs, dark green buds around the neck, gentle personality, docile nature, sweet aroma, smooth battling Pokemon, sense the temperature and humidity of the area itself, around itself, checking for a nice warm place for it to sunbathe. As mentioned, Pokemon sleep. To sleep, Chikorita can be found in grasslands, but it is rare to come by and is generally only found under the ownership of a trainer due to the status as a first Pokemon. Alrighty. Let's see here. Usually I use my computer for this. But I figured for live streaming, I'd use my tablet. Here, got Chikorita, the leaf Pokemon. Just keep going back and forth here. Let's see here. Docile. Might as well put in the docile nature. This one is docile by nature. This is going to be fun. Alrighty. Docile by nature. How do I want to word this? I don't want to just literally take it word for word from this. This Pokemon is docile by nature. I know how. Okay, that's how I'll word it. This Pokemon is docile by nature, which is why this Pokemon is generally good for being a first companion. I can't spell. There we go. First companion Pokemon of those in the Johto region, which is where it is typically found. Using the large leaf on its head, it uses the aroma to how's it label at? Also, I'm just curious. Fascinating. That's how that worked. Okay. I'm curious. Okay. I got sidetracked there for a second. Alrighty. Using its sweet aroma. Uses the change that to sweet aroma. Uses sweet aroma to calm battling Pokemon. It also likes to sunbathe and uses its sense of uses its senses to look for enough. I'm tripping over my words. It also likes to sunbathe, so it will use its great sense of temperature and humidity to locate the best spot to do so. I'll probably have to ad-lib that a little bit shorter, but that's a good start. Next, we will work with Cyndaquil, because I plan to do Cyndaquil. Ah. Alrighty. So let's look into Cyndaquil biology. Small bipedal mammalian Pokemon with bluish fur and cream colored fur. Eyes are usually seen closed, long snout, short arms, slightly more developed legs, 4 red circles on the back that can erupt into flames, which give the appearance of spines. Some clothes are capable of defending itself using the flames. Fire grows more powerful as it becomes angry or defensive. Firepower is described as being tremendously powerful. However, if it is tired, the flames are not able to burn properly. It is timid by nature and often curls into a ball when threatened. Excuse me. However, I already read that part. Due to this, prefers to stay hunched over. Go over the wildest from the grasslands. Doesn't really state it being rare and is usually a first-time partner Pokemon, which that is interesting. So let's see here. I really wish I could, see if I even have a chat. Because I am really new to this format of streaming on YouTube. So this will definitely be interesting. Anyways, let's get back to this. And for any of those joining us, this is a test stream format of Littleroot Ranch, where I will basically do a live stream of me actively researching whatever Pokemon I plan to be posting in the next few days. I have 3 videos recorded. I am currently working on the research and rough draft of the scripts for said videos for the next 3 videos. So yeah. Right now I'm working with Cyndaquil. I was kind of looking into Chikorita. The next 3 videos, since I'm kind of hitting a personal milestone with getting close to 25 videos of the Littleroot Ranch, I decided I'm gonna do 3 starter Pokemon, and the 3 starter Pokemon I decided to do videos on are going to be Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile, the Johto starters. I know my theme being more Hoenn, you would think I'd probably do the Hoenn starters, but I want the starters to be kind of, I guess, special in a way. And I'm kind of testing the waters with just doing the Johtoian starters. Granted, I have quite a few starters I can work with. For my resources for looking into videos and whatnot, the kind of site sources, I typically use Bulbapedia. That is kind of one of the main sources. It has pretty much all the dex entries that I would need all in one spot for a Pokemon, as well as kind of goes into more like the biology and other kind of just interesting facts, egg group, hatch cycle, catch rate, abilities, all that jazz. But another resource that I have started to use is the Pokology book that I got. It doesn't have every Pokemon in it, but the last two that I did, Lotad and C-Dot, Lotad I pretty much got all the information just from this book. In the back, it has lists of Pokemon with what Pokemon they are, and basically a small dex entry, as well as just other information. So if I kind of flip through here, let's see here, where is it? Did I skip it? No. Oh, hey, there's... Completely sidetracked, but there's Pinsir fighting a Vikavolt, like I mentioned in the Pinsir video. Having a territorial dispute with a Vikavolt. Ah, there it is. Large gatherings, and then you got Lotad right there. So, I try to keep things very research authentic. My main question though is, do I have the ability to even have a chat? There's going to be some random feedback. Let's see, do I even have chat settings? I really wish I knew more about how this operates. It's like, I don't know. But this is why it's called a test video. I guess if anything, I do apologize if you can't type anything in the comments or chat or whatever it's going to be called. I do apologize if I missed a setting, because when I was looking at things initially, I had it set so that people could chat, but I'm not seeing a function. But I guess if anything, I must have missed something, because I'm not seeing anything. It's saying comments are disabled. Ah, that would be why. I figured it out. I don't know if that changes anything, but that might have fixed it. Apparently it was set for made for kids, which prevents people from chatting. This is by no means, I want this to be made for everybody. So I have it set for, no, it's not made for kids, but also no, it's not restricted. Hopefully that works. I'm gonna just refresh this. It's gonna, sorry for the, there we go, yep. Now there's a chat. However, for whatever reason, I can't see chat on my phone, but I can see it on my computer. So if you kind of see me looking up, that means just kind of looking at chat. Okay, cool. I got that set up. All right, back to the research. Hello there, Blazer Dragon. How have you been? Alrighty, so back to the Cyndaquil research. It is Cyndaquil, the Fire Mouse Pokemon. Alrighty. Cyndaquil. I don't know what cat box. Is it Fire Mouse? I already forgot. Fire Mouse. Okay. The Fire Mouse Pokemon. Doing okay so far despite summer heat. How are things going? Yeah, things are doing alright. Yeah, this heat has definitely been not the greatest. I do not do the greatest in heat. I'm definitely more of a colder climate person. Granted, I don't prefer, like, snow. I'll deal with snow, but I prefer basically fall. Fall is like my favorite season. Alrighty. I have a feeling it would be showing up on my phone, but since I did not update it on my phone, excuse me. Also, if anything to mention, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I'm a bit under the weather, so yay. Yeah, basically have to get through September. Though, where I'm from, who knows with the weather. It's really just a coin toss every single time. I had freezing rain I had freezing rain, 80-degree weather, and then a blizzard all in 1 month. That was fun. Alrighty. Let's see here. What should I start with? I should probably start with like the timid nature. Come on, open it up. Alrighty. These timid Pokemon. How do I want to officially word this? Yeah, it's great. I'm actually even more run down than normal because I took a little over a week off of work because I just needed a mental break, and I kind of used that time to kind of focus on this project as well as kind of just relax and revitalize myself, and I ended up getting sick because of that. But I've been back to work last couple of days and it's really taken its toll on me already, which that's been fun. Alrighty, timid by nature. Due to this, it will curl up into a ball when is it scared? Well, yeah, when threatened. That's definitely not the app I wanted. When threatened. Another thing I will kind of state is I'm going to kind of be bouncing back and forth for a little bit with doing these Littleroot research live streams between YouTube and TikTok, since those are the two main places I've been posting. I was kind of posting on Instagram for a little bit, but I wasn't really seeing any attention at all over there. And I kind of fell behind. Otherwise, I do typically use Twitter and Blue Sky a little bit. Plus, I've also been trying to post more in my my own public Discord, which I do have a link to that in my channel bio, and I think it's also linked in the basically the description of every video. If you hit more, you'll see the Discord and everything, which is a link to the lounge, which is basically what my community is, the lounge. I pretty much live and breathe in stress. It's not healthy, but that's just kind of how it is. That's kind of how my life ended up right now. And it's just going to be more and more stress as the years go on. I'm scared to know basically how much longer I'll actually have my hair color. I've been noticing silver hair more and more each time I look at my hair. Granted, honestly, I ultimately don't care if I go gray early. I really don't. Alrighty. I guess I should mention the Hisuian. There. Due to this. There we go. I'll fix it that way. Let me go setting up video gameplay. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I've pretty much fully stepped away from Yu-Gi-Oh content. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy the game, but it just got too much for me to be able to really do anything scheduling wise, because my work schedule alone just varies so much. I can be working basically early morning into late into the night, because I basically do first and second shift. The only thing I don't realistically do is third shift, mainly because I don't think I personally am not built for third shift. My body pretty much naturally gets exhausted by pretty much this time anyways. But then my insomnia kicks in, and then I'm just basically a zombie. Just, I don't want to do anything, but I also can't fall asleep, because as much as I want to fall asleep, I just can't. Alrighty. Oh, I am stupid with my wording due to this. Due to this, these Pokemon, these timid Pokemon will curl up in development length. Yeah. Let's see here. This Pokemon was originally a Johtoian. I guess technically I should classify that Chikorita as a starter Pokemon for those that go to Kalos. But at the same time, I don't know if the ZA starters are more or less a technicality rather than just your average starters, because I think the Kalos starters are still just the regular starters in ZA. And then you still get the Johtoian starters anyways in both X and Y and Legend ZA. You still get the Johtoian starters because they're kind of the main feature about Mega Evolution. Which, speaking of Mega Evolution, I do have a Mega Ring that I need to prime and paint and kind of clean up that I 3D printed for a prop, because I'm basically basing myself off of my initial Pokemon trainer that eventually would have utilized Mega Evolution. It was as Sui. Alrighty. Let's see, let's go back to Cyndaquil. That's actually interesting there. The Johtoian Cyndaquil and the Hisuian Cyndaquil technically evolve later. The Johtoian Cyndaquil evolves sooner rather than the Hisuian. Granted, when I play Legends Arceus, I started with Rowlet, then ended up getting Cyndaquil later. And then by the time I got it, I just power leveled it to become a Typhlosion. Alrighty. I'll just mention about the fire on its back will burn greater the angrier this Pokemon becomes. I guess that might just fit well enough. Since I'm basically writing 3 scripts at once. Excuse me. At least 3 different rough drafts. I love being sick. It's great. Totodile. Sheer force with the hidden ability. Alright. I think what my goal will be, I'm gonna finish working with Totodile's rough script, and then I'm probably just gonna call the test stream there. My goal is to try to do 1 to 2 of these a week, and the goal is to also alternate between using YouTube and TikTok to kind of utilize things. Yeah. Funnily enough, the backboard that I'm currently using as a blank canvas background was originally going to be used to make a custom dual disc, but that idea got long scrapped, and then I was going to work on 3D printing something along the lines of that, but I got way too busy to really work on that project, so that's still in its rough draft phase. Everything is about learning and experiencing new things and figuring things out. I am one to do things by trial by fire. I will basically throw things at the wall and see what sticks. But I know one thing I've been really been enjoying doing the whole Littleroot Ranch, the whole Littleroot Ranch thing. So that's been a fun experience there, and just with there being over 1,000 Pokemon, and I use Pokemon Go to do a lot of my videoing capture, and with me having probably, I think last I saw my Pokedex said I caught just over 700 Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So that means that's like 700 episodes out of the over 1,000 Pokemon that exist. So that's a lot of Pokemon. That's a lot. And as more generations are added, that number increases. And the more Pokemon that are added to Pokemon Go, that increases, which means I have to catch more in Pokemon Go, which means more video content for me to be able to create with the short format. I do also have plans for making like larger videos. They're going to be fewer and far between. I'm actually currently in the works working on a script for the next like first official large-scale Pokemon video. It's I'm going to be calling it a recap video, but it's not really going to be a proper like full in detail recapping each Pokemon that I've done recently in the recap. It's going to be more of a highlight. Excuse me, I'm getting all gunked up in my throat. It's going to be a basically a highlight of Pokemon that were well received, as well as Pokemon that I just thought were unique and interesting to capture. Of course, one of the highlighted Pokemon is going to be my Sceptile video, because, well, Sceptile is my favorite Pokemon, and it's been kind of my unofficial mascot for quite a while. I used to do a lot of Pokemon battling back in 2014, 2015, a little bit into 2016 with Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and my competitive Sceptile was Emerald, the Sceptile, which whenever I work on I do plan on trying to make a Pokemon Champions video in the distant future. I'm not sure exactly when exactly I will make that video, but it's something that's kind of just being created in in here, which is probably as organized as my desk right now, which is complete chaos. So take that as you will. But anyways, Emerald's kind of been my unofficial mascot, which is a Sceptile. And although the Sceptile that I use is not lore-wise accurate to how I have it perceived in my lore, I don't really care, because that Sceptile was made before I actually got into competitive breeding. I actually had a friend breed that Sceptile for me, but in my personal lore, that Sceptile is the offspring of my original starter Sceptile. Back when I first played Pokemon Emerald, which is kind of where Emerald gets his name from. I guess I should have put the Big Jaw Pokemon. I love getting sidetracked. It's great. Totodile. The Big Jaw Pokemon. Alright. I at least got the title. I'll get distracted for another 45 minutes before I actually start working on the script properly. Is it? Oh, playful, rough, playful nature. Very energetic Pokemon. Alrighty. This playful Pokemon is full of energy. Though I will say, how chaotic my personal life can be, and just how chaotic my work schedule is, I have found that just keeping up with these shorts have very minimum impact on that lifestyle that I have right now. Generally, it takes me like 20 to 30 minutes to record the voiceover, depending on how often I have to redo it, because I'm definitely not one that will get my voiceover done perfectly first try. I will read and reread and practice and prepare myself to actually work with the script, and I'll be like, all right, that practice went great. I do the voiceover and I stutter it all and I trip over my words, and it's like, well, gotta start that over. But I get there in the end. But like I said, it takes me like 20 to 30 minutes to actually complete the voiceover work. And then just doing the initial edits, that takes me like 15 minutes. So one video takes me pretty much under an hour, give or take, for posting. So my brain just completely just stopped working there for a second. I love late nights with me. Playful. Yeah, we'll add that. This one. And has a habit of biting things. I'll add the period there. Yeah. For any of those joining us right now, I am currently working on Totodile because I need to work on the next 3 scripts for my upcoming videos, which are going to be off of the which are going to be the Johtoian starters of Chikorita, Cynical, and Totodile. I started with Chikorita, then I worked on not Totodile. I'm working on Totodile, Cynical, and then I'm currently working on Totodile. If anyone is interested, I've been updating my personal Discord server called The Lounge, and I have incorporated the Littleroot Ranch into the Discord. So if you wish to join, I have a link to join in my bio here on YouTube, which you can see that in the description of any of the videos. Or if you're watching this on your computer for the live, it's in the bottom in the description of my live. The Littleroot Ranch has the documentation library, which is still kind of in the works. I'm trying to get it set up so that it works how I want it to work. Otherwise, I have observations where you can post other observations that you guys of the community want to post. Field photography, if you want to take photos of the Pokemon that you find in the wild, feel free to add them to the field photography. And then, of course, I have research suggestions. If there's any Pokemon that you guys would like me to cover on Littleroot Ranch, you are more than welcome to make suggestions in the Discord, in the comments sections, as well as just here in chat. It will definitely be more organized for me to find said suggestions in video comments as well as in the Discord. And do keep in mind that all the Pokemon that I record are going to be recorded from using the Pokemon Go game. So hopefully, if it's a Pokemon that I have in Pokemon Go, I can cover it. I do have a vast number of Pokemon, so I should be able to record most. Obviously, there's going to be quite a few that I don't have obtained. The one Pokedex that I do have complete in Pokemon Go is the Johtoian Dex. I do have all 151 Pokemon of the original Johtoian games. The main Pokemon that I will be holding off on covering are going to be like legendaries and mythicals. So keep that in mind as well. You can suggest them. They're going to be more just kind of pushed to the side because I want them to be a little bit more special. Kind of also like what I kind of want to do for the starter Pokemon. The Johtoian starters, I kind of had a random idea the other day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play with this idea and see how it goes. So that is why I'm doing the Johtoian starters. It's kind of a testing the waters, and I figured since I'm testing the waters with the Johtoian starters, why not test the waters with doing live streaming again with this concept? And since I do YouTube Shorts, I figured I would do a live like this, just to, like I said, testing the waters, see kind of how things work, and yeah. Everything that I post is put both to YouTube and TikTok. I'll probably eventually get my Instagram stuff caught up. And then I do occasionally post the videos to Blue Sky and Twitter. Though I'm not keeping a proper full index of every Pokemon that I create. I'm kind of just doing kind of the highlight Pokemon over there. Um, I would classify Beedrill as kind of a highlight Pokemon as well, just because that was the first Pokemon that I ever did with Littleroot Ranch. In fact, I did that Pokemon in that entry before I even had the series even named. I knew I wanted to be kind of a ranch theme, like a research ranch theme series. I just couldn't think of a name off the top of my head. But since I kind of base a lot of my stuff off of Generation 3 and the hometown of the player character, even though technically your player character moves from Johto to Hoenn, the hometown is Littleroot. And I kind of figured, you know what? Littleroot Ranch. It works. So, that's where that got its name from. Alrighty. Oh yeah, bites include its trainer, of course, because Totodile is a hyper little creature. But I love that little guy. Alrighty. Totodile and its evolution are known to sleep with one eye open and rest only half of its brain at a time. A practice known as unihemispheric sleep. This practice is hypothesized to be a defense mechanism against enemy attacks. I wonder if that's kind of based off of like real alligators / crocodiles. I didn't know that. But that's why we have the research. Alrighty. Alright. I know I was talking about it bites everything. Yeah, it has a habit of biting everything. Let's see here. Let's see here. Their jaws are capable of breaking. What is it capable of breaking again? Actually, I should probably word it more so capable of crushing. So that's what it technically says over there. So it's capable of crushing. I'm gonna say just about anything. So I don't think it can crush everything. I'm sure there's a limit to what it can crush. Sure, there's a limit to what it can crush. I think I have to add the sleeping fact because that was quite quite a new thing for me. I never actually knew that, so might as well throw it in. These Pokemon sleep with. What am I gonna say? Because I'm sure caught Totodiles don't do this all the time, but these Pokemon typically sleep with one eye open using a, how should I word this? Using a survival practice known as hemispheric sleep. We'll do that. Using a survival practice known as unihemispheric sleeping. Hemispheric sleep. Alright. It is hypothesized. I spelled that wrong. Hypothesized. I can't remember Jack. Huh. There goes my voice again. Hypothesize to be a defense mechanism to look out for enemy attacks. Alrighty, so we got Chikorita, the leaf Pokemon. This Pokemon is docile by nature, which is why this Pokemon is really good for being a first companion Pokemon for those in the Johto region, which is where it's typically found. Using the large leaf on its head, it uses the sweet aroma to calm battling Pokemon. It also likes to sunbathe, so it uses the great sense of temperature and humidity to locate the best spot to do so. Cyndaquil, the fire mouse Pokemon. These timid Pokemon will curl up into a ball when threatened. This Pokemon was originally a Johto starter, but was also found to be used in the Sinnoh region back when it was known as Hisui. The fire on the back will burn greater the angrier this Pokemon becomes. And then Totodile, the big jaw Pokemon. This Pokemon is full of energy. It has a habit of biting things. Their jaws are capable of crushing just about anything. These Pokemon typically sleep with one eye open using a survival practice known as unihemispheric sleep. It is hypothesized to be a defense mechanism to look out for enemy attacks. Alrighty. I think I got my rough draft scripts. These are not going to be the final scripts. However, it will be a start of the scripts for the next 3 videos, which are going to be the Johtoian starters. Alrighty. So while I will be wrapping up the first test stream of Littleroot research, for any of those interested, you can follow me here on YouTube as well as on TikTok. I do have a Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it. I still prefer to call it just Twitter. I do also have a Blue Sky account that you can follow, as well as join me at the lounge in the Discord, where you can also kind of converse about any researching finds for the for Littleroot Ranch, but also just in general. You can just talk about other gaming topics, gaming news. I do have just general stuff that you can just join in conversating with. The community is kind of in a weird limbo phase of being young but also old, because it is kind of just been a community that I've been trying to build for a while now, but I'm really trying to put a hard effort into actually making this content. But like I said before, I just like, since I like to just ramble. Anyways, you can follow me over there and whatnot. I try to link everything into one uniform spot, but until the next stream, the next research session, or the next video that I post, I will see you guys later.